Hi, I'm Anya, and this is my laser resurfacing journey. As a disclaimer, this video contains lots of close-ups of my face. It's weird to look at your face so close, but I feel like this was necessary for the documenting process, so be ready for this. The main reason why I decided to go for laser resurfacing is my chickenpox scars. I had chickenpox at the age of 14 or 15. I'm not very patient with my face. What happened is I caused a bunch of scars on my face, and I can say that they have been bothering me a lot, but this is one of those nice to have been fixed kind of stuff. I am a bit worried because it's your face, but I'm very prone to self-experiments, and sometimes it does backfire. But anyways, I decided to go with it. Overall resurfacing of your face results in rejuvenation and all the good stuff, but I am perfectly satisfied with the way my face looks overall, and I would never go for it. Well, never say never. I wouldn't plan to go for it, at least now, just for the sake of resurfacing. Chickenpox scars are my primary goal here. After I had a consult, my laser tech said that in my case, it would be beneficial to have a facial a couple of weeks prior to the resurfacing itself, because if you have some clogged pores, because of how laser works, your face might start looking much worse after the resurfacing. She recommended Bela MD. I've marked all my chickenpox scars with red circles, and I do realize that not all of them are well visible on these particular pictures. You will see those areas better after the resurfacing. The lower orange circle on my nose is a scar I've had forever. I hit my nose as a kid. Why do I always hit my nose? Orange circles are some vessels that don't bother me at all, but I figured if they could be addressed during the session, why not address them as well? Anything marked in orange easily masked with makeup. So again, if not for chickenpox scars, I wouldn't have addressed that. Couple of days after Bela MD, you can see the cleansing happening. Generally, I'm not prone to breakouts. However, I do experiment a lot with food, with supplements, vitamins, and all of that. And I feel like that sometimes it backfires on my face. One of the reasons I've been having breakouts prior to laser resurfacing session is combination of vitamin B12 and plant-based milk, which also contains vitamin B12, but not only. I have excluded all of that from my nutrition, and my skin got looking much better. Previously, I had 3 facials in my life. This was number 4. And those 3 I had, they were more of a when esthetician just does things with their hands and some lotions and all of that. Bela MD is a different thing. I didn't get too deep into that. I know that there is a special machine and there are different things it does to your face. Judging from the result, if I ever needed a facial again, I would go with this one. There was definitely some cleansing happening afterwards, and it was a great push for me after I caught food that was causing acne in the first place. I just returned from my first laser treatment. I've bought this spray from the dermatology to help with post-treatment care. It contains sodium chloride. It was not necessary in my case. My laser tech said that for stronger laser treatments, this is a must for patients. It doesn't have the most pleasant smell, though it does feel very soothing, so I will be using it for the next week at least. I asked whether I could be using it for some different purposes other than post-laser session, and my laser tech told me that it's good for eczema and to help with general redness. When I came for a treatment, we've been driving there for 30 minutes and my nose got red for no reason. With my laser tech Leah, she's amazing. She decided to use some vascular laser in my nose area before applying numbing cream so that it would help with the redness. Afterwards, there was a numbing cream It does seem to wear off at this point, but when I left the session, I could barely move my face. This is the weirdest feeling. And before the session, I asked her what it's like without a numbing cream, because for my tattoo removal sessions, I didn't use it. She said that it's unbearable without numbing. For chickenpox scars, treatment was really fast, but it did feel comparable to tattoo removal, which is not nice. By no means it is nice. The rest of the face felt way more bearable. Some zones felt like absolutely nothing, whereas others felt way more sensitive. And Leah said that for all people, those zones, they're just sensitive. I think the whole procedure lasted for maybe 30 minutes. For the next week, I will be closely monitoring the progress. And my understanding is that it's gonna be worse tomorrow, and eventually it's going to get better at some point. Let's call it day number 2 since I inflicted this on myself. First of all, if you do have experience of laser tattoo removal, this doesn't feel very scary. What happened after tattoo removal, my forearm looked really bad. It was swollen, red, and when you do it for the first time, it does seem like it's not gonna get better. It always does though. No matter how bad it looks, it always gets better. So I don't have much anxiety here, even though it is my face. I did watch some videos of laser resurfacings, and it does look really bad for at least a week, so just have to embrace it. Second, it's been raining like crazy in Calgary for the last, since we moved here. We've been here for 3 weeks. It's been raining like crazy. And yesterday and today are the days when it's perfect sunny weather. It's perfect to get outdoors, and I did not do it yesterday. I won't be doing it today, and probably not tomorrow. If you're new to the world of laser, after laser procedures, it is necessary not to expose your skin to sun for at least 2 weeks. At least in the tattoo removal area, it's 2 weeks. That is why most of those things are done in fall, winter period. And I knew about that. I just wanted to start it now. I don't plan on having my next session anytime soon. My laser tech told me that I can get the next session done as soon as 6 weeks, though I'm not doing that. Even for tattoos, what I've learned the hard way is that if you're getting your sessions too often, you can get scarring. So I'm definitely not exposing my face to laser in 6 weeks. I think it's just not enough time. Leah, my laser tech, told me that I will probably need 3 to tackle my chickenpox scars. From what I've learned, after getting laser resurfacing, you will not see the final results until a couple of months. So if you plan on doing that, my recommendation is give it some time. This is not something to hurry up with. Let your skin heal completely. It's better to give it more time rather than less time. Another thing is that face turned out to be a way more tender area. It doesn't hurt, it just feels very, very dry. I had my session after lunchtime, and by the end of the day, I just felt very exhausted. The procedure by itself is not nice, and I think that maybe different people have different post effects. But being a little bit exhausted is something you might plan for if you are going for the procedure. Give yourself some time at least at the same day. Don't plan anything that requires too much mental workload. Also, this spray turned out to be amazing. As you can see, I've used this much already. And I think that this bottle will just get me through my several sessions because it does feel very dry. So there is this need to moisturize constantly. Also, my laser tech recommended me to use Vaseline for aftercare. And this is what they recommend to use after tattoo removal as well. I asked her whether I could be using hydrating cream, and she said yes, and that's what I'm personally using. Though she said that with Vaseline, recovery would be faster. I just feel like it might clog my pores because I've already experienced products being too heavy on my skin. So it's my conscious decision not to use Vaseline on my face. She said that I would be good to go in 7 days, but with just hydrating cream, it might be 7 to 10 days. I'm fine with that. It's day number 3 post laser resurfacing. I think that most of my face looks like after a sunburn and not that bad one. It does feel like sandpaper though. I personally love the feel and the sound. Those areas with scars obviously look worse, and I assume that they're gonna take more time to recover. One of my tips is to plan this week after the procedure really well. For instance, things I didn't consider is that I do have those mental health walks 3 to 4 times a week, and I had to skip 2 days. For instance, today I decided to go before work because I do live in Alberta and sun is excruciating here in summer. Dawn is before 5 a.m. and dusk is after or around 10 p.m. So there's not much window not to have sun in this period. Therefore, I decided to do this walk in the morning because it's not that bad. Before having breakfast, I've applied cream and a layer of sunscreen, and I did another layer of sunscreen right before leaving. It might be an overkill, but I don't want to risk hurting skin that is already hurt. I was wearing a cap as well. So I think it's important to take into account what your lifestyle is. Another thing to consider is whether you're a stomach sleeper or not. It used to be a concern for me previously. I have even made a vlog where I touched upon this topic because I used to be a stomach sleeper and I was trying different approaches to managing that in my life. For those who don't know, it's not good for your back. And one day, I think a couple of months ago, I just fell asleep on my back and I couldn't return to stomach sleeping afterwards. If you are a stomach sleeper, you will have to think about how you're gonna be dealing with that after the procedure, especially the first day. My face was so tender, I couldn't imagine sleeping on my face. Think about that. It's day 4. I'm not sure how visible it is in the video, but yesterday the peel off started. This is an expected part of this process, and I have to admit it is quite itchy. My expectation was that the spray would help with that. It does not at all. You cannot peel anything off. It just irritates the skin. I try not to interact with them anyhow, though it still happens naturally, but I'm not forcing anything. From what I gather, it might have some negative consequences. Overall, I feel like most of my face looks not bad at all. I would say this is how I imagine I would look like if I stopped washing my face for a prolonged, very long period of time. When I look at it, it just seems like it's very dirty. And it was expected that those areas with scarring would take longer to heal. I also find it a bit ironical. The reason why I have chickenpox scars in the first place is because I was itching my face when I was not supposed to do that, because chickenpox scars just stay there. And now the cycle is about to complete. I'm trying to get rid of those scars and it's itching again, and I'm not supposed to react to this itching anyhow. If it's not fade, I don't know what it is. It's day 6. There was not much going on yesterday, apart from the fact that my chickenpox scabs started to peel off. It happens to me usually when I wash my face, take shower, or rub in cream. There are still some scabs that are holding on. 3 on my forehead fell off, as well as 1 on the chin. So far, these areas look pinkish, raw, and shiny. My understanding is that it's expected because these areas had a bigger impact than the rest of the face. Also worth mentioning that I experienced itching only on day 4. It lasted throughout the day, and on the next day, even though peeling was still continuing, there was no itching. It visually might seem like peeling has already completed throughout the face, though it has not. When I touch it, there are some areas that feel like my actual skin, though mostly around there's still that sandpaper-like feeling. This is day 8 after laser resurfacing. Yesterday, the last scab fell off the chickenpox scars areas. Also, the rest of my face has completely cleared out. It does feel like patches on my forehead are lighter now than a couple of days before. Generally, my face feels really soft. The only thing I'm now looking forward to is for chickenpox scar areas to heal, to fade away, and to blend with the rest of my complexion. It's 1 month post laser resurfacing. It's day 32 to be exact. Since I've been looking at chickenpox spots every day, it does seem to me like nothing changed. I tried to make exact same pictures as I did on day 8, so we all can compare. I wanted to show you how my face looks with makeup. A go-to product in this period was Green Corrector Concealer. I will use it in the makeup now to show you how it looks. I think with makeup it's hard to tell anything. Maybe this area here is more visible than the rest of it. I'm using blush here and it highlights the scars. I also forgot to mention that around 2 weeks ago, I hit my nose really bad. I was sitting and cleaning the fridge and then got up and hit it with a part of the fridge. It hurt really bad and there was a big bruise. Whatever the nose looks like now, it might be influenced by this as well. Also, interestingly, the chickenpox scar I have in this area is not too deep and I can see it regenerating. This area still hasn't healed from resurfacing, there are still patches there, but also there's almost no scar visible. That is cool. These 2 scars are the deepest ones and I think they will definitely need 3 sessions. There was one thing that I've been using after scabs fell off. It was not recommended to me by my laser tech. I googled it and sometimes it is recommended to use it after resurfacing. That is silicone scar cream. The thing is that I didn't buy it specifically for the resurfacing. If you've had scars, you probably went through different half measures before doing something drastic as resurfacing. This cream was actually the last resort for me before I decided to go for laser treatment. I've been using it for a couple of months, hoping that they would look better eventually. But the thing with these scar creams is that they are useful with fresh scars. I didn't have too much hope in it. I still had it among my products. The only thing is that it does clog pores because of silicone. And I think it happened to me on forehead. I tried to use it only on the scar area, but unfortunately, sometimes it would go beyond the edges, especially like here I have 4 scars. I've been talking so much in this video and I've just realized I never even once mentioned what laser was used on me. It's Alma Hybrid. Looking at the pictures now, I think that chickenpox areas look much better. For some reason, my expectation was that they would just dissolve. But what I think is happening, the color is gradually blending in to my complexion. What do you think about those? Maybe I'm biased and I just want them to disappear. I think I see progress here. Let me know, have you done laser resurfacing? What is your experience with that? Most of all, I'm looking forward for these patches to go away. Now it feels like no one actually knows how long it's gonna take. My feeling is a couple of months. I will just give it some time and will probably update you in some of the general vlogs. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful for you and please subscribe if you'd like to. Bye.